Welcome to the Verified Pipeline Execution 15.0 Kickoff. My name is jheimbuck, Product Manager for the Pipeline Execution Group here at GitLab. As a reminder, the group is responsible for GitLab CI, pipelines, pipeline processing, as well as the category of merge trains. I'm joined today by the Pipeline Execution Product Designer, Vitika. In the 15.0 milestone, we're focused on closing some vulnerability issues, improving our CI minutes visibility, and our CI metering to assist in mitigating pipeline abuse on the platform. You'll find links to the 15.0 kickoff page with links to these items in the Verify Stage Direction page with discussion of our future work in the comments below the video. You can always reach me at jheimbuck@gitlab.com or through comments on the items with group pipeline execution label in the GitLab project. I want to take a closer look at the goals that I mentioned in a little bit more detail. So in the 15.0 milestone, the team really has two main goals for our milestone. The first is to burn down some of our missed SLO issues. Closing out issues like this in a timely manner will help us keep the GitLab platform stable and available for a broader user base. Our second goal, I'm going to deep dive a little bit more on, and that's to provide more visibility of shared runner usage. So this is ahead of our anticipated change on June 1st to accumulate minutes for all public projects in the same way that we've been doing it for projects that were created after July 17th of last year. Right now, it can be really hard to track how many runner minutes a project is using, and it's even harder when you have a lot of projects that are running pipelines in a given month. So with the changes that we're making, you'll be able to see your namespace's project shared runner usage in the usage quota screen and for any groups on the group usage quota screen. So this will let you easily compare your runner usage to your CI minutes as we use a cost factor between those two so that you can start to plan better for your anticipated CI usage as those two things come together. So while the team continues to focus on this, we have some great UX improvements coming our way as well. And I'll pass it over to Vitika to share her screen and show some of those off and talk through them.
Thank you so much, James. So I would start actually with the, am I sharing my screen, James?
You are.
I didn't see the green border, so it's kind of confusing for me. Okay, thank you so much.
Right now, it's a jobs to be done page for us, the pipeline for the pipeline execution group.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we are going to make some considerable amount of changes to the documented jobs to be done. And just to give a very quick overview about what this is. So JTBDs are a lens through which we observe markets, customer needs, competitors, and customer segments differently. And by doing so, make innovation far more predictable and profitable. But in the context of pipeline execution, what this helps us to do is it helps us understand your underlying motivations when you are performing certain actions on the product. And it helps us also to identify and validate different problem areas. But with time, this gets, it's important to keep them updated. So we'd be running some user researches and it might happen. So we might reach out to a few of you to speak to so that we are able to make good refinements to our listed jobs to be done. That's one. And as James pointed out, some interesting things that we're going to work on. So James had talked about this issue, which says provide visibility for shared runner usage for user namespaces. It's something that I had worked in the previous milestone on, and there's a follow-up issue for this, which has been scheduled for an upcoming milestone. And this includes, so since we are showing the charts as of today, we would be surfacing the usage charts for usage by month, usage by project. But for this particular section where there's a table that appears for all the projects that are using the shared runner, and it also lists the CD minutes used alongside, we created a separate issue because we decided to take care of this as a part of a different iteration. So that's one thing that I'd be focusing on. And apart from that, a few things that I wanted to touch upon are some very interesting experience-related improvements that we're going to make in 15.0, things that we'd be implementing. The first one is we are going to show here in the CI minutes usage graph. So we had worked on providing you with these charts, but there was still this debt that we had, a UX debt that we had, that we did not surface the gears there, and now it's much more convenient to select gear and the following month, making it much more usable for you. That's one. And another one that I'm very excited about is this issue, which says make it easier to understand and differentiate merge request pipelines, because it does so much more than we had actually envisioned through the problem statement. So the solution here, it talks about how we are going to slowly remove, okay, my internet connection is unstable, I know that, how we are slowly going to remove the detached label and change that to merge request label. So in short, what we're trying to do here is we are going to make all the labels, the existing labels, more human readable, and also introduce a few more labels to make it very clear, like what's the purpose of this pipeline that you're looking at. So there's not anything left to guessing and further investigation. And yeah, that's all the update that I have from UX. Back to you, James.
Thank you, Vitika. I'm really excited about those updated labels. Detached has never made sense to me. So I think this will be a lot more clear about what that pipeline is, where it's running, where it's heading. So that'll be exciting for our users. I'm really excited too about breaking down that project usage between CI minutes and shared runner minutes. I know as our runner team looks to expand the types of runners, that'll be a super important way for users so that they're clear about what different type of runner, how those minutes accumulated for their different projects. So it's a super exciting iteration. So we are very excited for 15.0. We love these major milestones. If any of these issues are interesting to you, feel free to tag either of us in those issues. Thanks so much.